4 cameras rolling. All right. We got Chuck with his swamp raider. It's on pad number 12. It's selected. It's armed. I got a good tone. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chuck Walden, Lieutenant Commander, U.S. Navy, service number. I'm a maker. I build things for fun. A maker is somebody who doesn't buy something off the shelf and use it, like an electronic drone or something like that. They'll buy the electronic drone, but they'll modify it to do what they want it to do. They'll paint it, they'll add additional capabilities, or they'll build furniture and they'll build it to solve a process that they need solved. I need an end table of this size that has an electrical outlet in it or whatever. Well, you can't buy something like that, so you go and you make it. I started out building model rockets decades ago and used to go out and fly them and do a lot of avionics and things with model rockets, and they'd go up and they'd come down. And so I learned how to build things out of wood and cardboard and make them work on things that go Mach 1 and so forth. And then I discovered that I could build things for the house that wouldn't blow up, that we could use for years at a time. It's more permanent. It's more than just going to a furniture store and buying furniture and sticking it in your house. It's actually you. You've built it. This is you. And so our house is full of things that are about our family that we've built together or serve a purpose that we've come up with. So it's customized. And I realized I could use that knowledge of building model rockets and the programming stuff I do in my day job stuff to build things that would make our house more like us. And that was really what drove me to build this stuff, because it was something I could do for my family and give them really cool stuff that nobody else has, and also be practical. And people enjoy this so much, I just kept going, and it's fun. A lot of times I'll see things online, but I rarely copy things that I see online because it's already been done. I build things that we can use here, like the Techno Desk out here. We needed a place to charge our phones and to store our mail. So I just started drawing up a piece of furniture that could do those functions. Then I started adding other things, weather radio and so on and so forth, and decided to make it look old-fashioned, kind of steampunkish. And that drove the design, and one thing led to another. We ended up with this really, really nifty table that does all these practical things that you could never buy because we needed it. We needed something that did those things. I do a lot of woodworking, but really my favorite thing is electronics. I love soldering. I love putting electronics together and writing code for things like Arduinos to make them do things. It's a lot of fun to write code and have a physical device change its behavior based on the code that you just wrote, and have it all work automatically and that sort of thing. I've got two personal favorites. One is the Techno Desk, because it does so many things and people can't believe how much technology we've packed into that desk. The other thing is something I call the Fanboy. We were working in the garage and it never occurred to me to have sawdust collection. So everything in the garage is coated with sawdust, and I found online that there are actually ways to collect that so it's not coating everything. And I saw air cleaners that you could buy for $300-400 that have a fan that pull air through a filter to filter it out. And I thought, well, I could build one of those a lot cheaper and a lot bigger and more powerful and cooler. So I did, and we call it the Fanboy. And once we built that and turned it on, the haze of sawdust that hangs in the shop went away completely. And it was stunning how powerful it was and how effective it was. And I just love it. It's one of my favorite things in the shop. Fanboy is built around a 1,200 cubic foot per minute fan. That's this metal thing right here. We usually run it at about 30% power because it can get noisy. But to give you an idea of how powerful it is, I'll turn it all the way up. So we can clean the air in the shop pretty quickly when you're running at this speed. But it's too loud. In front of the fan, we have some filters. Come on up here and I'll show you. There's two filters inside this box. The first one is washable. I can take it out and hose it off, and it will take down to about 10 or 12 microns of dust and hold it. And it captures a lot of dust. This has been up here for a while, and you can see this is all dust that we didn't have to breathe. This is dust that didn't get all over the shop. And when this gets too full, about now, I can take this out and just clean it out, and the front will look like the back. It'll be nice and clean. But this only knocks out 10 to 12 microns. So some of the smaller stuff gets through. To take care of that, we have a 3 micron or a 1 micron filter in here, which is much thicker, and it takes out the much smaller particles. And you can see it's a little brown because it's already taken some. But the filter in front, the washable filter, takes out the heavy stuff, so this filter lasts longer. So I don't have to buy these very often. Behind that is the fan controller, and it outputs through this little black bucket I put on the back so that it doesn't suck the air back around. It looks like a jet engine, so we painted it to look like one because that's fun. Everybody builds their workshop to fit the type of work they do. Furniture makers have certain things. People who make things like bowls have lathes. Leather workers have completely different sets of tools. Mine is modular. Depending on what I'm building, I may be doing woodworking, I may be working with metal or plastics, and so you can move things around based on the project you've got. It's just a one-car garage, and it's small, but it's usually just me or maybe one other person in there, so we can get things done rapidly. The other thing that we do in our shop is we actually paint things. It's not just a wooden shop. The parts are painted orange. There's hundreds of stickers and signs hanging up all over the shop, so it's been customized, and it's actually a joyful place to be in because there's so much color and there's so much of us in that shop. It feels like home when I'm in there.